or after? Sorry, my ride home.
We'll go ahead and start with you guys here.
I think it was Jim, I'm not sure, but somebody told me that your prehab has gone really well
Yeah.
to get ready for the surgery. So can you talk a little bit about that? And then is your surgery in 8 days? Is that
Soon, yes. Yeah, I think it's 8 days or something like that. Yeah, prehab's gone pretty good. Just talking to the doctors and the training staff, and understanding the research behind, either waiting a little bit to go into surgery or going in right away. And so just trying to go in as strong as I can, knowing that obviously some things are going to take a little bit of a hit once you come out of there. So it's been really good. It's a weird injury. Sandy's daughter, Jada, the other day was like, "You can ride a bike?" And I was like, "Yep. I can walk. I can do a lot of things. I'm not in pain. It's just if I went to go jump, something bad would probably happen." So it's good to feel that and feel strength and feel strong enough, and then just ready to get it over with.
Rhea Hardney told us that she's giving you as much advice as she can, and she'll be willing to do so further. So that must be nice. You guys are friends anyway.
Yep.
To have somebody that's gone through this.
Yeah.
Same thing.
I've definitely picked Bria's brain. Sky's helped me out a little bit as well. Breezy Turner has helped me out. So I feel like there's been a lot of people in my life who have gone through similar situations, whether it be an ACL or some type of major surgery. So I've leaned on that a lot. One of the good things about being from a family of athletes is you've got 1.5 million people that you can call, or that my brother's calling or my uncles are calling. And so the recommendations and the research and the people that I can talk to is an abundance. And that's been really great as well, just to hear what's worked, what hasn't worked, pros and cons of things. Obviously, mine's going to be a little bit different than every person that I've talked to, but it's great to have all of the advice that you can get.
Is there a moment that you gave yourself to kind of let the timing of when the injury occurred, like as you're about to get your shot before you can see potential to turn that? Is there a moment that you even let how much that timing is just brutal?
I mean, it's unlucky, but you're dealt the hands that you're dealt. And so I think I've put enough on the court right now and what I've been able to do to say and show what my game is. And I know that for me personally, I've always been a hard worker. I know there's a different level that I could get to, and I was looking forward to doing that in the off season as well. And now it just looks a little bit different. But yeah, I mean, shitty timing is what it is. But if I keep letting myself feel sorry for myself, then it's just going to make things worse. So I think I took an hour. I was like, all right, back to work we go.
Well, and I know Phoenix doesn't make a move to bring you in without intention maybe to have you here for a while at this point. And I'm guessing, as much as that is the case, has this year in Phoenix kind of given you kind of a feeling that you really do want to stay here, and whatever happens, is this place you want to continue to be?
I mean, this is a great place. It's a great organization. The team is absolutely fantastic. I loved every single moment that I've had to spend with these women on the court and off the court. And so, whatever happens, we'll see. Can't talk about anything till January anyway. So might as well get the surgery and then figure it out from there.
You've seen what's happened in free agencies the last couple of years. Number one, does that excite you to go through that? And does this knee thing mitigate that at all in terms of, would people be more reluctant to sign you because of that?
I mean, at that point, that's on them, right? And if you can see what I can do now versus what's going to look like after, I think there's always going to be questions about how a player is going to come back from an injury, and I know that. So, am I excited about free agency? I got traded last time free agency happened, so I'm expecting anything in the world at this point. But I mean, I am looking forward to being able to play again. And right now, my main focus is just get my knee where it needs to be and come back stronger than I was.
And are you going to stay here for that?
I am staying here for majority of it. I'm gonna head home for the holidays to see the family and stuff, and then regroup from there.
And I know that you work on the off season doing media stuff with the Raptors. Did I hear correctly that they've kind of done a lot to try to let you get as comfortable here and doing stuff for that here as you can as you're about to go through that?
Yeah, so that's pretty easy. We did obviously with COVID last year a lot of stuff from at home. So I worked pregame, postgame, halftime of Raptors games, literally from my living room. And so being able to have the exact same setup here, as long as it gets shipped here, which is on its way now, will be easy. So I can do my Raptors games in November for them. They've been very, very great about allowing me to get the time I need to get the surgery and stuff done and to decompress. And then it'll just be the same things. Games, Sports Center hits, everything you can do now is remote. So mostly away games will be pretty easy. And then once I head back over to Canada, I can get back in the studio and back in the games and arena.
We'll go over to Zoom.
We're going to go to Doug Feinberg and then Erica Ayala.
Hey, Kia, good, nice to see you.
Hey.
Curious, I mean, you obviously have such a connection to Canada and such. Toronto's a city that people have talked about potentially being an expansion down the road for WNBA. I mean, how do you think as a Canadian and I'm sure a fan of that city, how it might do as an expansion team down the road?
I think it'd do pretty well, to be honest, especially with the need and the want for basketball in Canada right now. Everybody loves a winner. So thanks to the Toronto Raptors for being able to bring that home and have that championship run. That made a difference. A lot of kids all of a sudden started picking up basketballs and going outside to play. The success that we've had with Canada basketball on the women's side especially has definitely ignited a lot of young women to pick up a basketball as well. And so that's where I think it would do really well, because we're a country that loves basketball. The really cool thing that we always talk about with the Raptors is you can have a city or a state love you, but they have an entire country because they're the only team there. And so it's special in that sense. And I do think we are continuing to rise in the ranks of Canada basketball. Our men's team is really exciting as well right now. So there's a lot going on. And I think that's why it would be an exciting place to be. I think players would enjoy Toronto if they were going out to Canada at all. And so it has potential. I don't see why not. WNBA's got to see why not.
Thanks, Kia, appreciate it.
We'll go to Erica Ayala and then Danny Thompson.
Hey, Kia, thanks for your time today, and best of luck with your recovery and rehab. Of course. I wanted to ask you actually about a new model coming here to the United States, but that potentially could be good for athletes, women's basketball players in North America, and that's through Athletes Unlimited. I know Victoria Hayward plays for the Canadian softball team, the Olympic team, and was one of the Players Council members for the inaugural AU season. But now you've got Natasha Cloud, Sid Colson, and Ty Young, all who have played in the WNBA, who are going to be on the Players Council for the Women's Basketball League. Just your thoughts on another model for women's basketball that's coming to North America, and do you think that could be an option for maybe some players in Canada to find their way into a different model of women's basketball?
Yeah, I mean, if I'm being honest with you, I don't know much about what the league is looking like right now or what they're trying to accomplish. Obviously, I think being able to get another league and have a place where women can play. And I have seen a video with Tash talking about being able to play at home. And it is so true what she says, and just being able to be around your family, being able to have your family actually come to the games, which is something a lot of people don't get to experience when they go overseas. It makes a difference for you as a player, and just being a comfort level out there, being able to, for me personally, knowing how many sacrifices my family made to get me to where I am. It's like when they come to my games and see me play, it's almost the ultimate thank you. And I know how proud they are out there, and I just want to make them proud. So I think it's a great idea. I think it's going to be a really good league to have great players in, obviously, with the players you already named that have signed up. The talent's going to be there. And so I think it is another route for Canadian players as well. So if you stay at home and don't go to the NCAA and you play in the CIS, a lot of times the routes are a little bit harder for professional basketball players. And so that would be another way for young Canadians who didn't go over to the States to be able to show what they have. And so I think that's an exciting route as well, without having to go too far from home and just cross the border. But I think it'll be great. Like I said, anytime we have a league where we can showcase our game, where our game can get better, where the talent can be seen, that's incredible, because we all know the WNBA it's small at 144 spots. And so the more spots we can create, whether it's in this league or whether it's in another league, that's huge.
We have time for two more. We'll go to Danny Thompson and then Rafiq Lewiston.
Kia, Danny Thompson with a 3-point conversion. Great to see you. Great season. And, best wishes on your recovery. Just two quick ones. Number one, as you look back at this season, I know you ended the season with an injury, but on a personal note and on a professional note, what have you learned most about yourself, and where have you grown the most on the court and off the court during this past season?
I've learned a lot. I would say for me personally, on the court, I think that there was a lot more to my defense than I thought I had. There was a different level to it. And so, I was out there doing what I could. I made my mistakes here and there, and I definitely shot myself in the foot for it. But I definitely think that I tried to bring as much toughness as I could every single night. lock down my matchup, whatever that was, what that was, and whatever the team needed. And so I gave myself a little bit more credit on the defensive end than I thought I had, especially coming off the ankle injury. That was a big concern for me coming into the season. So I learned a lot about resilience, which hopefully will transfer over to this little knee buddy I have over here now. And then I just think also I had to play a different role than I had in the last couple of years coming here. And so it was great to just find that. And it came a lot better in the second half of the season after the Olympic break, and just being able to find that confidence in whatever it was I had to do, whether it was knocking down shots that were open or making great passes, playing good defense. And so figuring it out, things and everything about life is a problem that you have to kind of find the answer to. And I was able to figure it out, even though some of my days here were not my favorite and they were hard, especially early in the season. The resilience came through, and I'm proud of myself for that.
We'll end with Rafiq.
This is Rafiq with Nothing But That Sports Talk. Congratulations on a great season, Kia Nurse.
Thank you.
I just want to ask you, like, what are some of the enjoyments that you can gain from this season? Well, up until, like, of course, it came to an end with the injury.
There's a lot to enjoy about this season. I think this is a really incredible team. The women that we have, we just gelled really well together on the court and off the court. I think when you play against certain players in the league, you don't get to know them as well. So it was great for me to be able to come here and play with players that I never played with before, with BG and Sky and DT, Breezy, literally everybody I've never played before, other than Bree and Megan. So, and Kia, I played with majority of them, but like, and it was great to be around new players. And I think if I could give credit to our big three, who are absolute superstars every single day for us in practice and on the court. Sometimes you end up with some superstars and they just worry about themselves, and that's not what we get here. Like, our big three are just unbelievable in the sense that they will pull you to the side and have a conversation with you, whether it's about something that's happening in your life or it's a little niche that we can use on the court and fix something. And they're just so humble and so down to earth, and they're so fun to be around. And when that is the leaders of your team, when those are the people who are picking up the slack every single day, that are pulling you along, it makes life more fun, and it makes the game and practice more fun. And credit to all three of them. They're the best.
Thanks, Skip.
All right.